Let's go.
Whoa, Eddie, whoa.
Eddie, kid show.
we have 5 minutes to be a real kid show. Eddie just came.
Go ahead, man. I didn't see the
Trying to get the vapor away. I mean, it's we recorded you already.
And Eddie's gonna fall asleep 5 minutes into the podcast.
Great way to start the episode.
All right.
Edit that out.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody, to the most up-and-coming podcast this side of the Western Hemisphere. Brian, Pete, Eddie, Gary. We are, gentlemen.
And this is the podcast.
Before we start, remember to like, follow, and subscribe on all of our social media platforms. We pumped out content a lot on those things. Old episodes, clips, anything you want. Today is a very special episode. We're on the eve of baseball. We're on the eve of sports coming back. It starts. Shout out to the UFC for holding it down. Golf and soccer, nobody really cares about you guys. Baseball is back tomorrow. So we're going to talk about all our predictions for the upcoming baseball season. 60 games. So we're going to give you our predictions for every division, our playoff predictions, and our regular season stat leaders and award winners. So it's going to be a baseball-packed podcast to get you ready for the big season coming up tomorrow. So the first division we are going to start with is the NL West. So we are going to give our predictions on that division. So, Eddie, start us off.
NL West. I mean,
there's only one right answer here, Eddie. You can't fuck this up.
It's pretty hard to fuck this one up, man. I mean,
you going to your notes already?
The Dodgers are obviously going to come out of the NL West, man. But, I mean, as far as possible wild card contenders in that particular division, the Padres are definitely up and coming in that division for sure. But, yeah, I mean, the Dodgers, I mean, come on. They just signed Mookie Betts to a ridiculous contract earlier today as well. So, I mean, they're making big moves, man. Making big moves.
Well, they always do make big moves. They're always going to put their money where their mouth is when it's necessary. I saw something say, you brought up a good point. Yankees and Dodgers spend money when it's necessary for them to spend the money and make the moves. So,
no, the Dodgers just spend money like crazy.
Yeah, but that is true. But like on their own guys, like I didn't notice the last big free agent guy they signed was AJ Pollock. It was crazy.
AJ Pollock, really?
Yeah. But Dodgers are the right choice. I agree with that. The Padres, I said this when we talked about it last week. I think they're a year away. I think all their young guys. I really wish they had a full year this year. I think a full year would have helped them this year. But I think they're a year away with Tatis, Machado, Pollock, Chad Paddock. I like Lamont in there too. Kirby Yates, one of the best closers in baseball. That's the Dodgers. The Dodgers are loaded. And the top 3 or 4 players in baseball, Mookie Betts, with Cody Bellinger and the crew. The Dodgers are the team to beat not in the West, but in the National League.
Yeah, it's hard not to see the Dodgers going to the World Series again this year. But we'll talk about that later. But they just re-signed Mookie Betts. They still got Bellinger on their team. They're the best team in the National League, hands down. I think the Dodgers are the only team that's going to make the playoffs from the NL West.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I like I said, I would like to pick the Padres. I really want to pick the Padres, but
Year away.
The other 2 divisions are really good too.
I think they're one big free agent signing as far as a starter.
Starter. I agree. Lamont's a good pitcher too. I'm big on him this year. They have a good team. They got Lamet. They picked up Tommy Pham. They have a good team. We're talking a lot about the Padres, but it's the Dodgers division.
I will say this: the Arizona Diamondbacks are going to be sneaky good this year, but I think they're going to fall short.
I don't know. A lot of people are speaking highly of them this year, though.
They're gonna be a sneaky good. They're gonna go on a run. You know, I love Zach Gallen, their star rookie pitcher. I think he actually might be one of the top starters in the NL this year, without a doubt.
Yeah. Says the one who drafted him in fantasy the other day.
Telling you, man. Screenshot this, screen record this right now. He's gonna be one of the top pitchers, but they'll do decent.
They got Bumgarner too. They brought in Bumgarner, a good veteran lefty to have in there.
Yeah, they'll fall short though, but they're gonna be good.
And the Rockies, shout out to one of the best players, Nolan Arenado. and Trevor Story, another great player, but they're not going to
Yeah, Rockies and Giants.
be Giants.
Giants.
Bottom dwellers in that division for sure, fellas.
Yep. Brian, thoughts, comments, concerns?
I agree with you guys. Dodgers. I mean,
Good choice.
just going by last year. I mean, when you look at the win-loss record, they're above and beyond everyone else. It's kind of a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm. Let's stick with the West Coast theme. We're going to the American League West. This one, you can make a case is one of the best divisions in baseball. Everybody's favorite team to hate right now, the Houston Astros are in the division. Take everything out of that. Astros have been one of the best teams in baseball the last few years. Everybody considers them the third best team in baseball right now. They're in there. The A's have been really good the last couple of years, a playoff team. They're in there. Angels with Mike Trout, best player in baseball. Rendon, Otani, they're in there in the mix too. And you got the Rangers, who are a sneaky team too. So this is going to be a fun division to watch.
I said it last episode.
And Seattle. I forgot about Seattle.
Nah, Seattle's not.
No one talks about Seattle.
I'm sorry, Mariners fans.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, I said the AL West might be one of the more interesting divisions in baseball this year. There's a lot of good, solid teams in that division besides Seattle. But, I've been going back and forth. This is Houston's division to lose. But one of the other teams need to step up. Houston, their pitching is not great this year. They're very short on pitching. Hitting, obviously, they still have a great lineup. They might be a little intimidated this year after everything that happened. They've been getting hit lately a lot by pitchers. So I don't know if their hitting is going to be elite like it always is. But I can tell you this, their pitching is not going to be great this year. So if the Angels, especially if Rendon is healthy, if they go on a run and step up, they could easily win the division. And the same thing with the A's. They could easily win the division. But it's going to be interesting.
It's funny you brought up the whole with the wild card definitely not coming out of the NL West. But I think
it'll definitely come from the AL West.
Yeah. It's definitely coming in the AL West, though.
Yeah.
The Astros are definitely lacking pitching-wise. Obviously, we all know Garrett Cole going to the Yankees was a big deal. You also have to realize Verlander is not getting any day younger as well.
Yeah.
Got Greinke and Lance McCullers coming back.
True.
Greinke's a head case. You never know which Greinke you're going to get on any given day.
Exactly. You don't know when he's going to have an anxiety attack on that mound, man. It could happen at any moment. A lot of regression. Still a solid lineup as far as the Astros are concerned, but I think the Angels are really going to make a lot of noise out of the West this year.
Is Rendon healthy, Gary? Is he healthy?
He's got oblique tightness. He might miss opening day. I think they're going to sit him first couple games to be safe. But Rendon was the best player on the Nationals last year.
Oh, he was great all-around player.
He was amazing. So if he's near his potential, Rendon, give Trout, and that lineup is good. That's a very underrated with
great lineup
with Simons and all them and the crew. I like them with Otani. If they have the program, Otani's gonna pitch every Sunday. I mean,
and Trout announced today he's playing for sure this year. So
best player in the world, face of baseball, he'll be there.
Fellas, and let's not forget, man, new manager Joe Madden is on the ship for this one, man.
That's a good point.
I think that will get them over the hump as far as possibly winning the division. I got the Angels winning this division, fellas.
You got the Angels winning? I mean, it's not a bad decision. I definitely see at least one wild card team coming from the AL West. But as far as winning the division, I don't know. It's either going to be the Astros, Angels, or Oakland. It's going to be tough.
I have Angels winning the division, Astros wild card as far as this division goes.
I agree.
I got to be honest, guys. I'm liking the Athletics for this division. I think the Astros, the enemy of the state right now. I think it's everything that's going on with the controversy with everything. I think it's going to affect them greatly. Honestly, I think it's.
That's a great
I know there's
point.
no fans. I know there's no fans in the stadium at this moment.
There's never any fans in their stadium anyway.
Well, true. But what I'm saying is, like, they're not going to have that full effect of boos and whatnot. But I still think it's going to be in the back of their head and I think it's going to mess with them a little bit. So I don't think they're going to take the division this year.
This thing could go two different ways with the Astros. This could have us against the world mentality, and they're like, everybody's against us, fuck everybody, and bring them closer together. Or this could just wear on them and make it a long season for
It's
them.
going to blow up in their face.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just 50-50 with them. And the thing is, their pitching isn't as strong. So, they're other than Bregman, their core guys always are getting hurt. So, they can't afford that. That's a big thing. The Astros last few years, they've gotten hurt. And then they've gone on these runs, but their pitching has really carried them. It's going to be tough this year for them. They are still talented, which was a big part of the reason why everybody was so mad. They're such a talented team, and they were cheating to help them out. And I always said that. So they're still going to be in the mix. But I just think the shortened season and mix it, I think the Angels are just talented. They got a shot to do it, you know. I'm going to go with them. That's my pick division, Astros wild card. Anybody else have any other thoughts for this?
No, I mean, I'm telling you, it's going to be a fun race. It's going to come down to the Angels and the Astros.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the Central now. We're going to go NL Central. It's been the Cubs, Brewers, Cardinals division for a while. You know, we got the Reds in there, the Pirates. It's a fun division. It's always an underrated division, the Central. You know, they have classic rivalries. They have really good, solid organizations there. You know, those three teams have really been running it. They have some of the best players in baseball in that division, best pitchers. So it's always a fun division. It's gonna be a tough division.
It's like the most evenly matched.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. That along with the Eastern divisions are very evenly matched. I'm going with a fun pick here. I think the Reds are gonna win this division.
Oh, yeah.
I like their pitching staff. I'm a big Luis Castillo
solid.
fan.
Solid three.
They got a really good pitching staff. I like their staff. They got Moustakas. They picked up Moustakas this year, solid hitter for that lineup to go with Suarez, Avado, and them. I like their team. I think they're going to be the division winners. The Cubs are going to be in the mix. The Cardinals are going to be in the mix as well with the Brewers. But my pick is the Reds for this one.
Yeah. Great pick. You know how big I am on the Reds this year. Their rotation is going to be elite. But I don't see them winning the division. I think this is still the Brewers' division to lose. The Brewers' pitching is not as great as I want it to be. Their lineup is still elite, though. And the Cardinals are going to be really good, too. Don't sleep on the Cardinals. Jack Flaherty's a bona fide ace right there. I think the Cubs are going to be terrible.
Yeah.
And obviously Pittsburgh is going to be terrible. But it's going to be between the Reds, the Brewers, and the Cardinals. But I see Cincinnati falling behind in that race. There's definitely going to be a wild card team coming from the NL Central. It's going to be either St. Louis or Milwaukee, one of those two teams. But Cincinnati is going to be good. They're going to be good, too.
Yeah.
Cincinnati is a major sleeper in all of this, fellas, for real. I mean, like you said, man, Luis Castillo, Sonny Gray.
Bauer.
Trevor Bauer. That's a solid top of the three of the rotation right there. They already have a pretty lethal lineup as well. Eugenio Suarez, man, like, you know, these guys could really hit the ball out there. And it always helps when you're in a hitters-friendly ballpark as Great American Ballpark is.
I also like the things I've been hearing out of them, how they all took this quarantine very serious.
Yeah, man.
They were really focused on the season. I like hearing that. They won't. When you hear that from a team coming into a season like this, it's good to hear that. You know, they're going to take this very serious. You know,
feels good. I mean, from a fan standpoint, at least you respect it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Reds. I think it comes down to just the Reds and the Brewers for this one. I think after this season is done, the Cubs are going to completely blow that team apart. I think they were going to already. They were thinking about trading Chris Bryant. That would have been a good start, man. I mean, not to say that wasn't a factor in me definitely not drafting his ass again this year.
Respect my boy. Respect my boy, Chris Bryant.
I'm sorry. 3 years in a row has done basura for me, man. Basura.
Yeah, he's a fantasy disappointment. I'll put it that way.
Put some respect on my boy's name.
I'm sorry, man, but he went from NL MVP to just another. Another.
Him and Javi Baez carrying that team.
Javi Baez is special, man. He's special. But yeah, Brewers, Reds. That's what it comes down to.
No respect for the Cardinals.
I mean,
Paul Goldschmidt, man, come on.
I think the Cardinals are the second best team in that division.
Wow, you really think so?
I think that they're just a solid team. Their bullpen's good.
They're always a solid team. That's the thing with the Cardinals. I don't remember the last time they were truly a terrible team.
Yeah, I like the Cardinals more than I like the Brewers this year.
Great, yeah. Well, that's what great organizations do, man. Like,
Yelich is going to lead them to greatness, like always.
Yeah.
It always happens.
It's a fun division. Brian, thoughts, comments, concerns?
No, I agree with you, Gary. I'm saying between the Cardinals and Chicago, actually, I think.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
You had to pick, Brian. Gun to your head. I know it's a kid's show. It would be a water gun. Gun to your head. Who are you taking?
St. Louis.
Nice.
Okay. All right, so we all got all different picks for this. I like it. I like it. Let's go to the AL Central. AL Central is very interesting. It's a very interesting division.
It's a terrible division. Just come out and say it.
No, it's interesting because you have a team like the Twins who.
It's the Twins and everybody else.
Whoa! Not so fast.
All right,
my
Indians.
White Sox.
Not too fast.
Whoa! Let me get my.
Wait, just a quick question: Are the Indians still the Indians, or did they change their name?
They're still the Indians.
They're still the Indians. That's not offensive.
No, they can't have
not
the
yet.
logo.
Not yet.
Right. They just don't have the logo anymore.
I'm just gonna call them Cleveland. I don't want to get in trouble or anything. So
it's
like
politically correct.
It's like when football season starts, and we'll call Washington professional.
The Washington football team.
Well, I say it more because I can't stand Dan Snyder. But anyway.
Gary, go on. I got a lot to say about this division. Come on.
You got the Twins, and you got the Indians, who are on the fringe of almost rebuilding, and then you got a team like the White Sox, who I really like this year, coming up there. And then you have the Royals, who are always a frisky team, and then you have the Detroit, who's just not going to be that good.
They're going to stink for 8 years.
Just put it this way: the Royals and the Tigers are going to be terrible.
Bottom dwellers.
Bottom dwellers. The Tigers might have like one of the worst seasons in the history of baseball this year.
It feels good after all those years. They give Yankees headaches in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
but besides that, the Twins are going to be the Twins. They're going to have a great regular season. They're going to hit a bunch of home runs. They'll make the playoffs. They'll lose in the first round. But the one team I really, really like in this division are the White Sox.
Thank you, Pete. Thank you.
They've really been rebuilding over these past few years, and they're doing it the right way. I mean, Eloy Jimenez had a decent year last year, and I think this year he's going to have an even better year. Luis Robert, the number one prospect in all of baseball, they're comparing him to Mike Trout.
That's a little bit of a reach. A little bit of a reach.
Listen, the kid is a stud. Not to mention all the other power bats they have in their line. Moncada, who I've been big on Moncada since day one. I had him on my fantasy team last year. He fills all the categories, full of potential. And they also have Jose Abreu in the lineup. I mean, they have 1 to 9, one of the best lineups in baseball.
Tim Anderson,
another batting title champion. Bro, their lineup is solid. It's up there with some of the best lineups, especially if Luis Robert pans out.
And you got Giolito in the bull.
Giolito, and this team is going to be sneaky good this year, and I feel like they're one of those teams. I say they 1 year before they break out, just like the Padres. But I don't know if everything falls into place. This might be the year they break out.
Yeah. Well, I'll come out and say it. I'm picking them to win the division, and I'm picking the Twins to win the wild card.
Yeah.
That's how I see this division.
I have it the same exact way, Gary.
Now, do you have the race being pretty tight?
We'll get to that at least.
Yeah.
No, you said the race being tight.
Yeah, like as far as.
I said the Rays.
Oh no,
the race.
Yeah,
it's definitely going to be tight.
Yeah.
I mean,
all these races are going to be tight. Except
I think
NL West, I think, is the only one that's not going to be that tight.
I can see it like where the Minnesota Twins, they start off the season strong. You know, they have a good division lead, and then the White Sox just find their groove with all the prospects finally coming into form, and then they might pull away and steal it at the end. But I think there's at least 2 playoff teams coming out of the AL Central.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the Indians, they're just waiting to rebuild. They're waiting to get rid of Lindor and just rebuild that thing.
Yeah, they're a non-factor this year. I'm sorry to say it.
Yeah.
I mean, once Kluber ended up going to Texas, I mean, that was pretty much that was a nail in the coffin.
That was a good move for them.
Yes.
Brian, thoughts, comments, concerns?
Keep it simple. I think it's a no-brainer. The Twins and Cleveland.
Okay.
Between those two.
Okay. Old school
Nice and
race there. Let's go now to the glamour divisions right now. The 2 big divisions, the NL and AL Central. We'll start with the NL
East, Gary.
East. I'm a little rusty, man. Excited, rusty.
Come on, Gary. I'll get you a compass if you need one, man.
I'm gonna start with the NL East. Arguably the best division of baseball.
Yeah.
Braves have been last year. Everybody was big on the Phillies. Phillies going to win the division. And the Braves came out and won the division, but that didn't mean anything because the world champs are in the division. The Washington Nationals, who I am still mad in August, I said they will win the World Series, and I didn't put a dime on them when they were 20-1. I am still mad about that. It will not go on record how big I was on them, or in my pockets. God damn it. But you have them. You have the Phillies, who have a lot of talent, brought in Didi, brought in Joe Girardi, and you have the Mets. The Mets, who are very talented as well, have a talented rotation. Only found out Marcus Stroman is out, so that really hurts them and brings them back. But they have they have a solid lineup, and they're gonna have Cespedes to DH, and then you got the Mullins who.
Gary, just come out and say it. The Mets are finishing in 4th place this year.
I really thought the Mets had a shot to make the playoffs, but the Stroman news really hurts them. They're going to be the 4th best.
Listen, the top 3 teams in this division are the Braves, the Nationals, and the Phillies.
Yes.
Then it's the Mets, and then it's the Marlins.
So,
But like I said, this is one of the best divisions in all of baseball. You have the defending world champ Nationals. You have Atlanta, who's a future world champ, in my opinion. And then you have the Philly, who a lot of people are sleeping on, but I think they made some key additions this year, especially having Joe Girardi as their manager. He's a great manager.
Big, very big.
Big plus for them. Bryce Harper has another year under his belt as a Philly.
Bryce had a sneaky good year last year. If you really look into the numbers, Bryce had a good year last year.
I think he has an even better year this year. You know, Didi with the leadership he brings, they're going to be a solid team. It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. I still like Atlanta winning this division, but Washington and Philly, one of them is going to take a wild card.
Okay.
I got Philly legitimately being the wild card. That's my wild card pick.
Oh, you can't come that hot for a wild card. I thought you were gonna have them legitimately win the division.
No.
Come hot like that. You gotta say they're gonna win the division.
Come on, man. I purposely did that, man. Come on, man.
Oh my God, what a fuck.
Listen. Nonetheless, the Braves are winning this division hands down. Ronald Acuna, Ozzie Albies, Freddie Freeman, these guys are insane, man. Shout out to the Atlanta Brave organization for doing this the right way as far as the rebuild. I mean, they're animals, man. Like look up the numbers of Acuna last year. That came out of nowhere, man. Like. That really came out of nowhere. 5'2" player. They're definitely winning this.
They had a solid pitching rotation also.
No, they did. They did.
Not talking a lot about that. You got to go on.
Very underrated, man, last year as far as the pitching rotation.
Yeah.
Soroka. Oh, man. I'm telling you, man, the Braves got this. They got this. Philly is definitely in the wild card, in my opinion, though. In the division as well.
Okay. I'm gonna pick Atlanta to win the division, and I really want to pick Washington to get that last wild card spot. But losing Rendon is gonna hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna hurt. You can't. Juan Soto is just had a monster playoffs. as well. People aren't talking about. You talk about all the young players in baseball. You forget how good Juan Soto was last year.
Of course. I'm a big Juan Soto guy.
And so he doesn't get talked about enough. I'm good. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take the Nationals. I like their pitching a little bit more than Philly. I think Nationals gonna take the second wild card, and Atlanta is gonna win the East. I think, and Atlanta, I think, is the best shot at taking down the Braves.
Now, what are the chances both wild card teams come from the NL East?
Oh, great! Really good. The reason why I didn't pick that is because the regional stuff where you're not so like.
That's true.
St. Louis is gonna have to play like the Royals in Detroit. The East team's gonna beat up on each other. So
you know what? That's actually a very, very good point. Now that I think about it, I might have to change some of my playoff predictions here.
So that's how I got Washington making that last wild card spot. Now let's talk about. Anybody else have anything to say about that? Brian, thoughts, comments, concerns?
I'm going to shock the world here, like the shock master. But
Brian got the Marlins winning the NL East.
Oh my!
No. I don't think you guys are. I think you guys are sleeping on the Mets a little bit.
Oh God.
Listen. I like a little shock value, so I think the Mets are going to do a little better than everyone thinks. Now, I don't think they're going to win the division, but just remember me saying this right now. That's all I'm saying.
All right, on to the AL East.
We'll go to the division that's near and dear to all of our hearts. Our favorite. We're going to say it. We're not supposed to be biased on anything.
There's no such thing as bias on this show.
We're biased over here. Bunch of savages. We're a bunch of Yankee fans here. Bunch of Yankee fans. Bunch of savages.
Not only Yankee fans, but we're Blake Snell haters.
Brian, you know what? Impromptu 90 seconds of fire. Go at him real quick.
Blake Snell, what a piece. Eddie said it before. Basura. Straight trash. All right? This guy, he was flip-flopping. He wanted to play, didn't want to play. Now he's playing for, $1 million contract, this guy. Like, he really deserves it. Because the COVID, you know what? I wish he wasn't a pitcher so that the Yankees could throw at him. I really, really do. I can't stand him, and that's all I'm going to say about this right now.
Fuego. A lot of moves in this division. Yankees obviously getting the big free agent acquisition of Garrett Cole, which they needed a legitimate ace for a while. They got him. The Red Sox losing Mookie Betts, one of the top players in baseball. Red Sox losing him, which was very big for them.
That was huge. Tremendous.
So that happened, So this division is very and also the Red Sox lost David Price, who was big for them, and Chris Sale's not pitching this year. So
you know what, Gary? Before you give your prediction, real quick, I'm just gonna go on record and saying there's only gonna be one playoff team coming out of the AL East.
Yeah,
that's right.
The way my predictions came out, I agree. Yankees, I think Yankees are winning the division. Best team in baseball, in my opinion. Them and the Dodgers are 1 and 1A.
Unbiased.
Unbiased, yeah. I mean, if any power rankings, it's Dodgers 1, Yankees 2, Yankees 2, Dodgers 1. It just the only thing that scares me is they're gonna play a lot of the tough teams in baseball. So it's gonna be tough. I said last week, Yankees and Dodgers, one of them is gonna have a little bit of a down year. I think maybe. Hoping it's not the Yankees. But I'm still picking them, non-biased, to have the best record in the American League and win the East.
I'm going to have to agree with that. I mean, probably one of the best things to happen to the Yankees was this whole delay starting the season in July. We were able to get healthy. Now we have Judge to start the season, Stanton to start the season, Hicks to start the season, Paxton to start the season. Shut up. Paxton to start the season. Whoever else was injured at that point, besides Severino, he's the only one that we don't have.
Only thing is we lost Tanaka because Stanton decided to line drive up the middle at our best playoff pitcher.
Tanaka's starting Game 4, Gary. He's back. He's fine.
I don't care. Stanton, fuck you.
But regardless, we finally, for the first time that I can remember, have a fully healthy lineup. We've never had that before. So I'm very, very excited to see what type of lineup, production that comes from that lineup. But, we still have Garrett Cole, best pitcher in the AL. our rotation is solid, especially with Paxton as well.
Sorry.
You good, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yankees are winning the division, and Boston is not going to finish above 500. Just throwing it out there. Toronto and Baltimore, they're not going to be great. Toronto might be decent, but Baltimore's going to be.
Toronto made some moves. Toronto's going to be tough. Toronto scares me. Toronto might finish out of Boston, honestly. Boston might pack
Toronto seems ridiculously pesky, though, man.
Yeah, Toronto's going to be a team. They're going to be playing in PNC.
They need pitching. Toronto has no pitching. They have a solid of young hitters. They have great hitters: Bo Bichette, Vladdy Guerrero, the other
Calvin Biggio.
But they have no pitching, so they're not there yet. Maybe in a year or two, once they get an elite starting pitcher, they'll be a contender. This year is not going to be the year for them. Obviously, Baltimore is trash. Tampa Bay, I see them taking a step back as well this year. I have the Yankees winning the division and the only team going to the playoffs from the AL East.
I agree with you, fellas, man. Not that I'm being biased or anything, not to make it obvious or anything, but Yankees got this division, man. There's no doubt about it. Red Sox, I got the Red Sox and Baltimore battling for that bottom dwellers in the division this year, to be honest with you. As far as order, Yankees, Tampa, Blue Jays, and then the bullshit Sox and the Orioles, man. That's how it's all gonna finish when it's all.
I want to say two quick things. Tampa Bay is gonna be a tough team.
They are
pitching. They're gonna be tough, and they play the game the right way. Boston, I don't think Boston's still talented. They got a lot of talent. I think Boston's gonna start the year off. They're gonna realize it's gonna be tough, and I think I think you're gonna see a lot of teams. They're gonna reel it back. They're gonna pack it in at some point. They're gonna give Bogarts and Devers and Benintendi. They're not gonna risk them getting hurt for next year. They're just gonna watch this way. I think Boston's playing for next year, not this year.
I agree with you. 20-40 is what their record will be. I'm calling it.
Whoa!
Calling it.
Whoa! That's a little biased.
I'm telling you, it's just what you just said. They're gonna choose to rest their young guys purposely to play for next year, man. I'm telling you.
All right, you know what? I'll make this interesting. I think the Red Sox will win more than 20 games.
Obviously.
And let Eddie, put your money where your mouth is. If the Red Sox win more than 20 games, you have to eat 40 McNuggets live on the podcast during one episode.
What?
And if the Red Sox win 20 or less, I'll do it.
You know what? You're on, man. You're on.
Okay.
You're on.
Eddie, stop breaking the fourth wall. Excuse me.
You're on.
At least stand it to myself. Brian, anything else you want to say? I'm thinking you're going to pick the Yankees.
Yeah, no, I want to start off with the side note. And, I absolutely, obviously, we all love the Yankees. I love the Yankees organization and everything. But I just wish they would change the rules a little bit. Not, with the not allowing facial hair. I was hoping Paxton would come in with the mustache.
They're allowed mustaches.
Are you sure about that?
Absolutely, yeah.
Didn't he cut his off?
No, I just want to say this. Keep the rule. We're professionals. We're different. No names on the back of our jerseys.
We're not dirtbags like the Red Sox. We're professional.
Well, I'm not talking full, Johnny Damon beards. I'm talking about a classy, 80s.
Mustaches are allowed. A lot of Yankees have had mustaches. Johnny Baseball had a mustache.
Yeah,
Jason Giambi at one point.
Jason Giambi. Brett Gardner had a mustache for a few games.
But I keep the rule. We're a classy organization.
All right. So I guess that finishes that side note. But obviously, all about the side. Yankees, obviously, they're gonna win. They're gonna win the World Series.
Whoa, Brian.
Yeah, no, I'm jumping the gun here. I'm jumping the gun.
Let's not run in front of that train real quick, Brian. We got some things to go over before we get to that.
So let's go over our playoff picks.
All right,
from each division.
I'll go first. I got the Yankees winning the East, White Sox winning the Central, Angels winning the West, Astros and Twins is the wild card. I will have the Astros at the top wild card of the two. And then for the National League, I got the Dodgers winning the West, Reds winning the Central, Atlanta winning the East, and then the Nats and Cardinals winning the wild cards, with the Cardinals having the better record.
Very, very similar to mine. I have the Yankees winning the AL East. I have the White Sox winning the AL Central with the Twins as the wild card, and I have Angels winning the AL West with Astros as the wild card. Then for the NL, I have Atlanta winning the AL East with the Nationals as the wild card. The only difference is I have the Brewers winning the NL Central with St. Louis as the wild card. No, I'm sorry. The Brewers winning with Cincinnati as the wild. No, St. Louis as the wild card, and I have the Dodgers winning the NL West.
Not bad, man. Not bad. I mean, we're all pretty universal as far as the AL East. Yankees winning. NL East. I've got the Braves out of that one, with Philly being one of the NL wildcard members. NL Central. You see, I kind of want to change my pick on that one, though, man.
It's your last chance.
Cincinnati, NL Central. That's it. NL West, obviously the Dodgers. Chicago ain't gonna do shit again, like I said. AL Central. Damn, I want to switch this one up a little bit too, man. It's like I said, they're both going to come down to the end. Twins barely for that one, with the White Sox being the other wild card member for that one as well.
All right. So you have the Twins winning that division?
Mm-hmm.
That's the safe pick.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to go into the playoffs now, guys, or?
Well, before we go into the playoffs, real quick, anybody have some predictions of like how the regular season goes? Anybody gonna hit 400? Anybody gonna go for like 20 homers? Like something crazy, you know?
Yes.
With the shortened season, there's numbers. There's a possibility for a lot of lot to go on here. So
There will be a player that hits 400 this year.
Really? Yeah. Who do you have for that? Any suggestions?
National League, David Dahl.
Oh, you're big on David Dahl again.
Wow.
Okay.
He plays in Coors Field. He's on the Rockies. Very high average hitter. If he stays healthy, he's hitting 400 this year.
Wow. What a way to go on a limb right there, brother.
Throwing it out there.
I think you're going to see a lot of guys like Bueller. I think Bueller's a guy who's going to have an under 2 ERA. Like
under 2 is not difficult. What about under 1.5?
I think 1.5. Yeah, I think Bueller. I think Flaherty's another guy who could have it.
Who?
Jack Flaherty.
Oh, Jack Flaherty.
I think those are the two best guys to have that. Over 20, over 19.
Wait, hold on. Before you go any further, funny that you mentioned those two pitchers, because I drafted Jack Flaherty and Walker Buehler in our EWO Fantasy League last year, and that's how I won this trophy right next to me. And that was before they were stars. I drafted them.
It's got to be me in the championship.
Oh, please. Keep bragging.
Anyway, I want to say I think we're going to have multiple guys hit in the 20s for home runs. I think it's going to happen. Vegas has it at 19.5, the over-under. I pound that over. I think a bunch of guys are going to have over 20 homers this year. I look at Acuna. I look at Trout.
Acuna's going to be 2020.
Yeah, I look at them as being guys. I think Bellinger and Betts are two candidates. A guy like Joey Gallo.
Aaron Judge.
George.
So,
bro, I'm telling you, man, Judge is going to break out for this one.
So, anybody else have any other predictions?
I should have drafted him, but yeah, that's a story for another day.
It's gonna be a historical season.
This guy did. All right, let's go to the playoffs. Let's see ALCS, NLCS predictions, and World Series predictions. Let's go. Who wants to start?
Let me see.
ALCS. ALCS.
Well, I'll come out and say it. I think the Yankees are going to be one of the teams, and I think the other team will be the White Sox.
Wow.
Now,
You're too high on them now, Gary.
Yeah.
now the reason why I say that is this, because I have the Astros and Twins winning wild card spots, so they're going to play each other in the wild card game. Then the winner of that is going to play the Yankees. The Yankees going to beat them. That leaves in my thing the Angels and White Sox to play each other. I think the White Sox have a little bit of a better team than the Angels, just because of just a little bit of a better team.
I'm not sure about that, bro.
I know. I love Mike Trout. Love him to death, but I don't think they have a good enough team. I think it's just him right there. So
I got
think
Yankees and Astros.
Eddie?
Yankees and Angels, ALCS.
Yankees and Astros rematch ALCS. I got it.
I mean, that's. I'm calling out of work for that series. Fuck it,
We all have the Yankees making the World Series out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And NLCS, I have Dodgers, Atlanta. The Dodgers.
I think we all have Dodgers in Atlanta.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
And now,
And then the Dodgers, yeah. So Yankees, Dodgers, World Series.
But I would say this. NLCS, if it does come down to Braves and Dodgers, I think the series will be a lot closer than what people think.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
Braves have a great chance of beating the Dodgers if they play. I think the Dodgers
That's what
have
I'm
a little
saying.
bit too much firepower. So, we all have Yankees, Dodgers in the World Series?
Yankees, Dodgers.
I do, yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't want to jinx the Yankees, so I'm going to say the Dodgers are going to beat them.
Oh, there it is. Come on, man. Oh.
Don't want to jinx the Yankees. If I say they're going to win, they won't win. So Dodgers beats the Yankees in the World Series this year.
Ugh.
Oh, that's
Eddie.
so hard for me to hear that come
It
out of your
doesn't sound
mouth.
right coming out of your mouth.
Oh, my God, man.
Eddie, what do you got?
Winning it all? Yankees, man. Yankees. I'm telling you, man, this is a complete revenge tour we're having this year, man. I'm telling you.
Gary, honestly, Gary, I thought you were going to go Reds and White Sox in the World Series.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna.
Oh my God, you're actually considering that?
No.
Oh, Jesus, man.
I'm gonna pick. My heart is saying Yankees. My head's saying Dodgers. I'm saying Yankees in 7. Yankees in 7. We're gonna beat Kershaw. We're gonna beat Kershaw and Buehler. Yankees in 7. It's gonna be Yankees in 7, and then we're gonna have a whole offseason of saying the Yankees 28th World Series doesn't count. But any championship won this year counts, no matter what sport.
Does count.
Saying.
It does.
Counts.
We'll win it this year, and we'll win it next year, all right?
That's
And
what
they'll
I'm
both
talking
count.
about, man.
And they'll both count.
Only
Brian,
way it
you
doesn't
agree,
count
Brian?
if the whole other team.
Absolutely. And they're both going to count. No asterisks.
All right.
Doesn't matter. Also, hashtag Blake Snell go to hell.
Oh.
That actually rhymes. Blake Snell, go to hell.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Wow.
Brian's a wordsmith, but we get baseball. Next week, basketball comes back. I'm pumped for that. We're going to talk about
I'm
that.
actually excited for that. I just wish Luol Deng was playing, the GOAT. I just wish he was still playing.
Enough.
All day, top 10 scoring Bulls. So next week, we're going to talk about basketball. We're going to talk about the bubble, all that fun stuff. But tomorrow, baseball. Sports comes back tomorrow. It's sports Eve.
Yankees. Yankees is sports.
So, everybody, enjoy the game. Enjoy Friday. Be on your social media platforms. The gentlemen will finally reunite this
In person.
Friday.
In live, in living color.
Live in living color. We will be together. So get ready for that. We are finally reuniting for the first
We
time.
may be live streaming. We may throw up a couple of videos. Eddie might be pissed drunk. It's
I
going to
might
be
shed a
great.
tear.
We might shed a tear. Big day Friday. So get ready. Just everybody stay safe. Get ready for tomorrow. And remember, we are the gentlemen.
And this is the podcast.
Podcast.
Let's go, Yankees!